In this episode, we're going to be talking about the 5 building blocks of your childcare business's success. Stay tuned.
Do you find yourself stressing out over your childcare business's marketing? Are you tired of empty places, low enrollment, low cash flow, and all the stress that comes along with all of that? Hey friend, welcome to the Childcare Business Marketing Made Easy podcast. You know God called you into childcare, but let's face it, you're no marketing expert. That's where I come in. My name is Christina Rizakos, an educator by trade, certified business coach, and marketing expert. I started my own childcare center back in 2003 with zero business knowledge. I knew working with kids was my calling in life, but trying to figure out marketing, well, that was a whole other story. And the truth is, I struggled. I struggled for a long time to fully book my program until I started to learn online marketing strategies that helped me get my program on the map, fully booked, and thriving. Fast forward to today, I own a marketing agency that helps childcare business owners from all over the world with their marketing. Imagine running an amazing fully booked program, never having to stress over enrollment or low cash sales. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and let me show you how easy marketing can be.
Welcome back to another episode of the Childcare Business Marketing Made Easy podcast. I am your host, Christina, and I'm so happy that you're here. So today we're going to be diving into the building blocks of your childcare business. And it's going to be a really good episode. So make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen to take some notes, maybe something to drink before we get started. I want to make sure that you know that every single month I host a live marketing boot camp for childcare business owners from all over the world, where I focus on the foundational pieces of any marketing strategy. In 90 minutes, I'm going to help you figure out how your program stands out from local competitors. I'm going to help you communicate your message properly to more local moms and dads. And I'm also going to help you put together a stellar tour process. If you want to get some more information, all you have to do is head on over to childcarebusinessmarketing.com/live bootcamp or check out the links in the show notes. So, building blocks and your childcare business. What makes a successful childcare business, and what are those foundational pieces that are like non-negotiables, like things that every successful childcare business owner out there has definitely put in place to get them to where they are right now? And I have 5 in mind that I want to share with you, and I'm going to dive deeper into each and every one of them. So let's get to it. So the first building block of a successful childcare business is having a vision statement, a mission of the program, and also a clear offer. Okay. So let's unpack that for a second. Your vision and your mission statement. A vision is basically where you want to be in 5, 10, 20 years from now. So what is your vision for your childcare program? It should be something inspirational, something that you hope to achieve in the long run, like years down the road, okay? And you have to get really crystal clear on this. And, your vision statement should definitely be something that you revisit every few years or so. It's something that you want to share with your families in your area. It's something that should be on your marketing material or on your website. It's something that really defines your business, okay? Having a clear vision of where it is you want this business to be in a few years, and what type of impact do you want to create in your community, okay? Your mission statement is basically what you stand for, right? So this is different for every business out there. It's different for every childcare program out there because we all have different things that we offer, right? Some are Christian-based, some are Montessori-based, some are learning through play-based. So this is really important for you to think about when you are first starting out, especially, right? You want to make sure that you're not blending in, that you are putting thought into this, okay? So what is the mission of your program? What should a parent expect when they enroll their child in your program? What are the belief systems that you have, and how are you going to share those in the curriculum? How is the parent going to experience them if they enroll in your program? Okay, so it's a lot to think about and a lot to kind of write down, but it's really important because if you don't have a mission statement, if you don't know where you stand on certain topics and what a child is going to get out of your program and being a part of your curriculum, then what is the point? Like, what are you doing in childcare? Okay. So you have to get real clear on that. And lastly, your offer. So your offer is basically what this thing is that you're selling, right? You want to go into childcare. Great. So what are you selling? Well, now you're going to tell me, well, Christina, I'm just selling childcare. Well, not really, right? Because there's a lot of childcare programs out there. What makes your program different? Like, what is this offer that moms and dads in the area would be crazy not to take advantage of? Where do you fill in the gap in your community? What are the things and the services that you're offering that other business owners in the area won't or don't? Right? What is needed in your community? These are great questions to ask yourself, maybe doing some simple market research and really just diving into this a little bit deeper because you want to get real clear on this. Because again, remember, this is a building block. We're going to build from this. You're going to build your marketing strategy, your policy handbooks, everything else is going to rely on this. Okay. So get real clear on that. The second thing you want to do when we're talking about building blocks is you want to move on to your day-to-day operations, okay? Once you get clear on your vision statement, your mission statement, your offer, you know exactly where you fill in the gap. It's a clear idea. You know exactly where you're headed and you know how you're going to get there. Now you want to think about your day-to-day operations, like real life. Like how is this going to look like every single morning when you put the key in the door and you open up the lights and you're in your center, right? What is that going to look like? So you want to think about your policy handbook, your team handbook, the team culture that you want to have in your business, your staff, if you do have staff, whether it's just an assistant or whether it's a team of educators. It's really important to think about who this ideal candidate is that you would want to be working in your business for you, right? And with you. You want to think about your procedures. You want to make sure that everything is up to code and that everything is working well. You want to make sure also that you have a plan when it comes to your finances and what that looks like as well, right? A lot of the times when we're opening businesses, we don't really go into finances as much as we have to by setting a budget every month and having some projections and knowing exactly where we're headed, right? So it's really important that in this building block, you get real clear on that. So anything that you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis, right? So having a clear policy handbook, having a clear educational program, a curriculum that you can actually hand over to clients, right? Something that you're proud of. Doing the same thing with your team handbook. Like, what do you believe in? What do you expect out of these people that are going to be working in your program? What's unacceptable, right? What is a few ethical things that you want to touch on in your handbook? What is your onboarding process? What is that going to look like for the kids as well as new staff members? Okay. Registration, application policies, just everything that you will have to do as a childcare director or a childcare provider. You want to make sure that you are building on this in this step of the process. After that, you want to make sure, building block number 3, you want to think about your hiring process. Okay. So thinking about how you're going to be bringing in new people into your business and how you're going to be onboarding them and what that's going to look like. Okay. And getting real clear on that, having like an actual process to follow and not trying to wing it or hire, your cousin's best friend because she babysits a few kids in the area, right? So you need to be really, really intentional with your hiring process and putting that together to make sure that you're attracting quality people to work for you and with you in your program. Step number 4 is marketing strategy, knowing how you're going to get the word out on your program, knowing how you're going to show up online on social media, knowing all the platforms that you're going to leverage, right? Google, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, everything that we have in our possession these days, well, knowing how you're going to be leveraging these things in a way that is intentional, in a way that's going to make you stand out, and in a way that's going to encourage a mom and dad in the area to take that next step and say, yes, I want to sign up my child in your program. And lastly, you want to focus on your growth, right? Building block number 5 is growth, the growth of your business, growth of your program, growth of you as a professional, the growth of your team, investing in some personal development courses for them as well as yourself. It's really important that we don't just stay stuck once we fully book our program and think that we've made it. We need to make sure that you're always up-leveling and showing up in an amazing way where you're one of these childcare providers that every educator in the area wants to work for, right? You're one of these providers that makes people around them feel loved and appreciated and valued. So how do you do that? Well, you do that by focusing on your growth. You do that by working on your skills, your leadership skills, being kind to people, approaching everyone with love and with heart, and being in this business for the right reasons, right? I can't tell you how many times I hear these horror stories of childcare providers that have no business working in daycare, and here they are working in daycare, taking care of kids, and something horrible happens, or staff just quits because they have like horror stories to share about the director. So don't be that type of director, right? If you're listening to me, I hope that you're one of these people that truly loves what they're doing and you feel like this is your calling in life and you decided to show up on a different level every single day. So there you have it, you guys. 5 building blocks to a successful childcare business. If you do have a marketing question for me, all you have to do is go over to my website, childcarebusinessmarketing.com. If you scroll in the middle, you'll see there's a little microphone. You can actually click on that and record your question from there, and then I will answer it in a future episode. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you real soon. Bye for now. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if it did bless you or add some value, I would appreciate it if you go to wherever you're listening to this podcast from and leave me a review. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. 1 Peter 4:10. That is my intent with this podcast. I hope it blesses you and your business. See you in a few days. In this episode, we're going to be talking